lunar and solar eclipse. From our early years, we were imparted with the understanding of the mechanism by which lunar eclipses and solar eclipses occur. Yet, not once did we contemplate the persuasiveness of this explanation. We received this knowledge as an intuitively scientific truth, impervious to doubt. These celestial phenomena transpire when the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon align upon a linear axis. When the Earth finds itself positioned between the Sun and the Moon, a lunar eclipse unfolds, as the Earth obstructs the solar rays, preventing their reach to the Moon, thus denying it the reflection of the radiance of the Sun. Conversely, when the Moon positions itself between the Sun and the Earth, a solar eclipse transpires. The Moon shields the Earth from the Sun's rays, thereby hindering their arrival to us. However, according to adherents of the flat Earth theory, the veritable cause behind the occurrences of both lunar and solar eclipses is something entirely divergent. These phenomena may pose intricate challenges to explicate, but they are, at the very least, evidence of an imperceptible anomaly. In order to apprehend the essence of eclipses, we must first liberate ourselves from the cognitive conditioning that asserts the Sun and the Moon as corporeal entities, with the Moon portrayed as a diminutive body in close proximity to the Earth, while the Sun is depicted as a colossal entity, remote from our world. It is within this sphere that the cavern of mysteries will unveil itself, revealing that there exist enigmatic aspects concealed from the purview of the intellect, eluding comprehension. The embrace of these notions without inquiry, investigation, and questioning only serves to uphold their semblance. In the phenomenon of lunar eclipse, celestial bodies of an ethereal, almost translucent nature have been discerned traversing in close proximity to the Moon, their visibility not easily apparent. What is particularly intriguing is that these cosmic entities have not solely been observed recently, but were documented in antiquity by scholars and researchers. The ancient Greek sage and philosopher, Diogenes Apollonia asserts, certain non-illuminated cosmic bodies move in the vicinity of those bodies that are perceptible to us. Likewise, the mathematician and intellectual luminary of England, Sir John Frederick Herschel proclaims, "There are invisible moons in the sky." Do you find this perplexing? Even more intriguing is the Moon's lack of mere reflection of the Sun's light, as it was once taught. Instead, it possesses its own luminance. This is an assertion verifiable through personal observation. Despite the simultaneous presence of the Sun and the Moon in the sky, even when the Moon isn't in its full phase, a simple experiment conducted with a degree of negligence toward this observation would allow us to substantiate that the Sun's radiance possesses attributes divergent from the Moon's light. The Sun's radiance serves as a source of warmth, a quality measurable through a conventional thermometer. By contrasting the temperature in the shade with that in direct sunlight, a discernible difference emerges, affirming that the shade's temperature is lower than that of the direct sunlight. Employing a reflective mirror to redirect the Sun's rays onto a thermometer placed in the shade would result in an elevation of temperature, signifying that the mirror reflected the Sun's light, encompassing all its characteristics. Yet, the narrative shifts when the reflective surface is not a mirror but rather the Moon itself. Within the moonlight, the temperature is lower than that within the moonlit shadow. This suggests that the Moon possesses a cool light with distinct attributes unlike the Sun's radiance. Additionally, if the Moon were a spherical body, it would not reflect the Sun's light in this manner. Perhaps you have observed on numerous occasions how light reflects upon the surface of a sphere vertical bar. It forms a solitary point of reflection, not encompassing the entirety of the sphere's surface. This may lead you to wonder why this intriguing observation eluded your attention. This is because of the deep hypnosis effect that we are overwhelmed with. We continue to descend together through the rabbit hole, and it appears that its depths are still far from reached. There exists yet another astonishing observation concerning the Moon. It is not a solid entity. In fact, it is not a substantial body at all. Don't marvel or rush and say crazy about me. This is a fact that we have not seen with our blurred eyes in our lifetime. Are you familiar with the Moon's phases? They comprise the new moon, the waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous, the full moon, the waning gibbous, the last quarter, and the waning crescent. Subsequently, it returns once again to commence a new cycle with the advent of a fresh Islamic month. In each lunar phase except the full moon, a darkened portion is observable, is it not? Did you know that stars positioned behind the moon emerge through this darkened segment? As if it were transparent or non-existent? This peculiar fact might seem foreign, yet it is an actuality you can verify on your own. Utilize a high-powered zoom camera, and you shall behold with your own eyes stars appearing through the moon's darkened portion. This occurrence defies explanation if the moon were indeed a tangible body or a solid landmass, as conventionally understood. This verity suggests, quite remarkably, that the moon might be nothing more than a reflection of light originating from a distant source in the sky. Much akin to how light from a battery-powered flashlight is cast upon a semi-transparent curtain. The illuminated circle imprints itself on the reverse side of the curtain. If one intervenes and obscures a portion of the light, the concealed segment is no longer part of the imprinted light circle, and what lies beyond is unveiled. In this case, the stars, within the darkened segment where no obstructing light remains to hinder the sight. This phenomenon also becomes strikingly evident during the occurrence of lunar eclipse, as if a semi-transparent body obstructed the light. Upon investigating this matter, you will encounter interpretations, some imaginative and simplistic, while others are rational and convincing. Certain explanations propose that an eclipse occurs because the moon descends within its orbit, veiling it from the sun's rays. Others posit that the moon itself is an artificial construct engineered by other civilizations. Another notion suggests that the moon is but a reflection of Earth's image, akin to a person's reflection upon a mirror surface, albeit with a substantial time delay. All these explanations, however, fail to align with logic. Thus, when confronted with such explanations, bear in mind that some seek to elevate the matter into the realm of fantasy and ridicule. As for solar eclipses, the most curious observation is that despite the moon being the cause of the eclipse, it has never been observed in the sky either before or after a solar eclipse event. Almost as if the sun itself projects light from an enigmatic source, and this is not merely my assertion, but also the pronouncement of scholars who have confirmed that the structure of the sun remains unknown. It is not a colossal mass of nuclear explosions, as we were informed. Rather, it is an entity shrouded in mystery to this day. The stars, too, diverge from the depiction they have given us. They are not suns around which other planets and moons revolve. They are not far from us in a vast space. Instead, they are but pockets of light adrift in the expanse of the sky, their origins elusive to all. Did that sacred verse, in which Allah swears by the positions of the stars and mentions that it is indeed an immense oath, leap before your eyes? Then I swear by the setting of the stars, and indeed, it is an oath, if you could know. Well, we have not yet reached the juncture of religious guidance. Nevertheless, we got to a harder station, a wonderland whose facts will land on your head like the hammer of truth. But before we embrace this hammer looming above our heads, what do you say we glimpse, just slightly, at the heart of the earth?